Howdy ho, everyone. It's me, Ashley Branch, your favorite friendly neighborhood mom and the creator of the Mommylogeauxs, bringing you Women, Wives, and Moms podcast. Get into it. Hey, what's up? How you doing? It's me, Ashley Branch, your favorite friendly neighborhood mom, the creator of the Mommylogeauxs, and this podcast, Women, Wives, and Moms podcast. Before I get started, this is, because I am both video and audio. The audio is on any streaming websites with podcasts, Spotify, Apple Music, and Podbean. This is the platform I used to put the podcast up. And if you want to, there is video. It's on YouTube. It's under my name, Ashley Branch. It's spelled the white way, not the right way. ASHLEIGH branch, like a tree branch, because I'm tall. Anyway, so we're continuing the series with Aubrey. We're winding down to the last two episodes. And, kids are funny because they look at things and they call them things that we think are wrong. They say things that we aren't accustomed to hearing, but is really wrong. So sometimes, like, she'll come home and she'll talk about a lesson she learned, and she'll say, "Yeah, and the teacher taught me that." It's like the word is taught, Aubrey. She was like, "What? Teach and reach rhyme?" Yeah, they do. Well, you don't say, "You wrought me something, you reached me something." I'm like, "Yes, you do. You say that." She said, "Well, then I'm saying it's teached." Okay, cool. I mean, it makes sense to me. I mean, the English language is a bunch of baloney anyway, but it makes sense to her. A lot of things that adults do make zero sense to kids. They're very no-nonsense people, okay? And a lot of the things that they say is wrong, but is it really? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was going over homework with Aubrey one day, and there was this picture, and it was trying to explain to kids how over time things change. So they showed like an old TV set, like a TV that you used to have to turn the dial on. I know for my Gen Zers, they don't know what that means, but you would have to turn the dial on the TV, or you would have to fix the antenna on it or whatever. And the cell phones looked funny, and and you have to match the old with the new. And so I was pointing to the old things. I was like, "What's this?" She said, "That's a typewriter, Mommy." I said, "Okay. Yep, that's exactly what it is." I said, "What's this?" She says, "It's a telephone." It was one of those rotary dial phones. I said, "It's a telephone." She says, "It's a telephone." I said, "Okay," because the telephone went to the cell phone, and the typewriter went to the computer, and then it was the TVs. And I said, "What's this?" "The old TV." She goes, "It's a fat screen." And I thought she said a flat screen. She said a fat screen. I said, "A what, Aubrey?" She says, "It's a fat screen." I said, "Well, baby, why is it a fat screen?" "Because look how big the booty on it is. It's fatter than the flat screen." And I was like, "Oh, yeah. That's not what it's called, but you're not wrong." Like, I love doing homework with Aubrey because her explanations are hilarious. One time we was doing homework and I asked her, I said, "Hey, Aubrey, what is a tornado?" This is her verbatim. She says a tornado is a storm and it eats sheep and houses and cars. And then everything, the trees be outside like, "Ooh." And I'm like, "Okay." You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. That makes sense. I like how advertisements catch her eye. So one day there was this advertisement for coconut juice, right? I've had coconut water. It was coconut water. Coconut water tastes like if you took a dirty sock and then you juiced it. That's what it tastes like to me. It's nasty. I don't like it. I'm sorry for people who like coconut water. Coconut water is disgusting to me. And this commercial came on for coconut water, and it was geared towards kids. So it's some little character flipping and jumping around and like bright colors in a song, of course. And my oldest was like, "Ew, coconut water." And Aubrey was like, "It's gonna be delicious, I just know it." And I'm like, "Aubrey, how do you know it's gonna be delicious? It's nut juice. How could it not be delicious?" And I was like, "Not nut juice, baby. Not nut juice. Come on." But then, she's not wrong. Because if you get almond milk, it's going to say nut milk. I Do you really want to drink nut milk? Do you want to drink nut juice? I don't. It's not appetizing at all to me. I don't like it. But then she'll say something that's very profound without her knowing it's profound. So one time we try new things, and she likes to bake, but sometimes it's like, okay, well, let's try, stuff that you don't have to put in the oven, because it's New Orleans and it's 100 degrees with humidity outside. And if you put your oven on, you might as well just be outside. The whole house gets hot, and I don't like it. So my mother-in-law bought them these little packets that you could just open and mix with some water or butter or oil, whatever. I don't know. And then you put it in the microwave, and it's like make a cake in a cup. Aubrey and Ava, the girls hated it. It was disgusting. And Aubrey was like, this tastes like yucky dookie booty. This is disgusting. And Ava was like, yes, this tastes like nasty swamp mud. And all of a sudden, I guess Aubrey was learning about swamps. And she goes, there are swamps here in Louisiana. And my other daughter goes, yeah, swamps are like America's butthole. And then Aubrey goes, there's a lot of swamps in Florida. And I was like, I don't know if you know what you just said, because you said what everybody thinks of Florida. Like, Florida is one of them places. And I'm like, now that you said that, that's a big old swamp in Florida. It's America's butthole. And that's why Florida is the way it is. It makes so much sense now. Aubrey is so wise. Aubrey is the wise one. But, hold on, I'm checking time. Okay. I want to make sure I'm recording, because I did that. I recorded a whole video. No audio. And that's why I constantly check it. I like how kids think. I like how we as adults, we have a term for something, and our brain is like, that's all it is. We can't imagine it being something else. And Ari just takes everything that's, normal and flips it on its head. And I thoroughly enjoy listening to her with the with the stuff she says. It's so funny. And she may not know it all the time. A lot of times you can tell she knows she's saying something funny. It's a look on her face, like she knows she's about to say something funny, just like she knows she's about to roast you. Aubrey will roast you. Oh, she's good at roasting people. Not so good at taking it, but roasting people she's good at. But she's a funny kid, and she has a fun spirit in the house. She's very shy outside the house. She's very talented in the house. Outside the house, it's that extroverted introvert, right? She's outgoing and loud and bubbly and funny and all of these things at home because she's comfortable. But outside, she's shy and reserved and apprehensive. And as a parent, I really, really wish she would show a little bit of that outgoingness, that outwardness outside the house. And she doesn't have to show it all the time, but sometimes, like I tell people all the time, she can sing. She's like Michigan J. Frog. She will only do it if you ain't looking at her. And I don't know why that bothers me so much. I just feel like she keeps so much for herself. And people really don't know who she is as a person. But hopefully, as she grows, she'll grow more into herself and be more accepting of her gifts and talents. Because I can tell you right now, I'm 37 years old. And I just came to the realization that I am talented as well. And I have lots of gifts and lots of things to offer to people instead of just holding it to myself. And hopefully she'll see me doing it and be more okay with doing it herself. And we are our kids' biggest influence and biggest inspiration. And so if you want your child to do something or work on something, think about something that's similar in your life and, be that example. Because we can't expect our kids to do things that they've never seen. So in order for her to venture out and embrace her talents and her gifts, I have to do the same thing. So, I am here for the advice, because I'm wise as well. You have to acknowledge it, because if you don't acknowledge it and nobody else does, it's never acknowledged. And the things that you create Other people don't have to like it. You do. And that's a lesson that isn't so much taught, but is observed. And be that example, be that inspiration, be that model for your kids positively. So that's all I have for this particular podcast. As always, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and be kind to this world. And I will see you on the other side. Peace. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Women, Wives, and Moms podcast. Remember, be kind to yourself, to others, and to the world. And I will see you on the other side. Peace. ADHD, y'all. Whoop, whoop.